We finally know the identity of the one-time face of healthcare.gov. Her name is Adriana, a married mother who's a permanent resident of the United States. She's applied for citizenship, and she spoke out on ABC News about being linked to the glitch-ridden website.
You've been dubbed Glitch Girl, the most despised face on the planet. Did you ever anticipate this type of publicity, scrutiny?
No. As a kid, I never went through that. But now I am. But, you know, it's some sort of bullying.
It is bullying.
Well, she went on to say that despite being eligible for the health care insurance under Obamacare, she hasn't signed up. She's neither for it or against it, she says. Critics blasted healthcare.gov and the news website WebMD for failing to disclose that it's been paid to promote Obamacare, a conflict of interest, an outright conflict of interest. It's been paid well, $4.8 million, we're told, nearly 37 times the $130,000 paid to the Baltimore Ravens to push the health care law, as they do. And some fallout from conservative activist James O'Keefe's newest undercover video that captured Obamacare navigators urging prospective Obamacare enrollees to lie. Dallas's Urban League has fired one of its navigators and suspended 3 others. More disturbing numbers for the White House in the latest Fox News poll. 55% say they believe the Obama administration tried to deceive them about Obamacare, compared to only 38% who think the administration's mistakes have been honest. And 46% now say we need to throw Obamacare out and begin again. 42% say keep trying to fix it, and 10% say leave it alone. Well, let's find out what our guests tonight have to say. Joining us, Andrea Tantaros, co-host of The Five on the Fox News channel, and Greg Valliere, the chief political strategist for the Potomac Research Group. Thank you both for being here. I want to turn to Adriana. She has become, I think, a metaphor for much of what is going on with healthcare.gov, with Obamacare itself. It's striking that this thing just doesn't work, and we still are having conflicting claims as to whether or not it can be fixed by the end of the month, as the administration promised.
Yeah, she isn't who they said she was, right? A U.S. citizen who could be enrolled in the exchanges, and now she's getting bullied, much like people are being bullied to sign up for these plans that they can't even log on and get. Lou, these numbers today are really, it's so fraudulent what they're trying to do. I don't have to tell you, much like they changed the math with the jobs number equation before the presidential election, now they're changing the definition of how people have signed up for this, right? So if they have a plan in their shopping cart, somehow they're counted as being part of Obamacare. However, you know, and I know, and Greg knows, you can't really count someone until they pay, until they actually pay for the plan. So this is fuzzy math, to say the least.
It is fuzzy math. And what's even, to me, just absolutely appalling is that they only have 27,000 signups, enrollees, over the site itself, healthcare.gov, and the 36 states that are federal exchanges. The rest come from state exchanges, Greg. I mean, this is getting laborious and absurd.
Yeah. I tell you guys, every day it gets worse. You wonder where it's going to bottom out for this administration. And I would say the metaphor in this town for Obamacare is a senator named Kay Hagan, a moderate Democrat from North Carolina, who around Labor Day was easily leading in her re-election fight next year. She was up by 10, 12, 15 points. She's now tied in North Carolina, and people tell poll takers the reason why is Obamacare. There are so many Democrats who are now really running scared for 2014.
There are 16 senators, 15 present during the most recent meeting with the president, which they quote-unquote dressed him down. Then the caucus, the Democratic caucus today meeting to let the White House know that either there's a fix which they consider to be reliable by Friday, or there's going to be a, there looks like there will be, at least they threatened, they will be joining up with Fred Upton on his legislation to make sure that that people are able to keep their insurance.
It's all a farce, Lou. How are they able to keep their plans? This is what I would love for a Democratic lawmaker to explain to me. This is a fake, phony strategy, much like if you want your doctor or you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. The old plans don't exist anymore. To say that people can keep their plans means that those plans are against the law, Lou, the law that the Democrats wrote. So I'm just wondering how Democrats are going to somehow reconcile this. Insurance companies are not going to simply extend these plans forever, maybe a couple months. The Wall Street Journal weighed in on that. Delaying the portion for enrollment or the timetable for enrollment. You and I know, and Greg knows, insurance companies base plans on years.
Right.
So this doesn't make any sense. It's just window dressing and lies again.
Very quickly, I want to raise the issue, and Greg, if you would address this.
Sure.
No one's talking about these insurance companies, the healthcare providers who are in league with this administration, whose future profit models are at risk right along with Obamacare's model itself. This is a very uncomfortable, if you will, alliance as far as I'm concerned. Your thoughts?
They could be an interesting short for investors if the White House caves in and does the inevitable, and that is greatly delays the sign-up period, greatly delays the penalties, maybe tries to come up with some cockamamie scheme that people can keep their plans. As this thing starts to unravel, but one of the few losers in all of this will be the insurance companies.
I think President Obama will subsidize those insurance companies at every turn, but I think you hit the nail on the head, Lou. Where are the shareholders of these insurance companies? I would be demanding answers from management about what the financial implications are. They thought they were going to get these new enrollees. I promise you, though, the president will, that's the next move, use our money to subsidize the insurance companies.
And I'm curious, folks, to wonder why this is the only broadcast raising this issue about the insurance companies.
That's a great point.
Andrea, thanks for being here. Greg,
Thanks, Lou.
thanks for being here. Or
You
being
bet.
there, but being with us. You know what I mean. Thanks so much. Up next, angry Democrats tell the White House to fix Obamacare by Friday or else. Congressman Tom Price wants to know what took them so long. He joins us next.